Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I have the privilege of bringing to you a new pack. Well, kind of. This is a puzzle, but I'm also bringing to you a new pack. The puzzle is Wrangled Sums, but the puzzle is from a pack called Welcome to Sum Dots. And this is a pack that has been created by a bunch of people. I believe they mostly created it through the Skunkworks. And it is a pack of Sum Dots puzzles. I should have checked how many puzzles are in the pack. I forgot to do that. But a whole bunch of people were involved in the creation of the pack. I'm not really one of them. I think I helped test one of the puzzles. But apart from that, yeah, a bunch of people got together and were exploring the Sum Dots constraint and have released this pack. The pack was basically dropped today as of me recording. This video will come out a few days after it's been released. And yeah, the puzzles in it look amazing. I hope they are. As I said, I tested one of the puzzles, but that's about it. But I did say that I was going to help them out I would release a video for the pack, and I'm going to keep links to the pack on my channel. I'm going to post this for free on my Patreon page, which I will provide a link to above and below. And I will put a banner to the end of at the end of all my videos, where I often put pack ads. I'll put a banner to the pack for a while, because they're puzzles and puzzles should be seen. People involved in the creation of the pack are Ambrose, AnalyticalNinja, Chili, jeremydover, MathGuy12, Pallando, Randall, Riffclown, rockratzero, Virtual, and Wisteria Falls, all of which I've solved their puzzles before, and they are amazing setters, so you're in for a treat. Now, Sum Dots is, while it's called a new constraint by some people, there are actually a couple of other constraints that it's borrowed heavily from, and they've basically combined pre-existing constraints together. There's a bit of there's a page in the document in the pack itself which talks through the history of the constraints and where they come from. So I highly recommend, even if you're only interested in a little bit of Sudoku history, grab the pack and just read that. History of the constraints is in there. Some details of how these are different from killer cages and all of that is in there. Yeah, and as I said, all of those people are involved with the creation of the pack. The Randall, who was one of the people who was instrumental in putting the pack together and all of the work behind it, he sat down with me and we decided which puzzle would I try and solve for the pack. We didn't want to do one of the ridiculously easy ones because we thought that people who were new to the constraint would enjoy exploring those ones on their own. I didn't want to do one of the ridiculously hard ones because I wanted one that I would actually be able to succeed at. And we settled on this one, Wrangled Sums. It's from the back half of the pack. I think it's about 2/3 of the way through. And this is a pure Sum Dots puzzle. So it only uses the Sum Dots constraint. So I'm going to go through how Sum Dots work, and then, yeah, hopefully I will be able to solve it. Hopefully, and hopefully you will go and grab the pack and enjoy the puzzles. I am not running this as a competition, so don't send in solution codes or anything. Although if you do want to provide feedback to the pack, which I can pass through, I will happily take emails where you provide feedback and I will send that through to them. Or you can contact these people through the Sudoku discussion channel on the, I'm assuming the Puzzle Plaza would be happy to have people provide feedback. And, Sudoku discussion is also a channel on the CTC Discord server, and I'm sure they'd be happy to. You'd find most of these people on there. So, and it is talking about Sudoku, so I'm assuming that would be fine as well. But reach out to the setters if you've got feedback. I'm sure they'd be happy to hear from you. People love to hear when people have good things to say about their puzzles, and if you've got criticism, well, I'm sure that they'd love to know why. Anyway, so Wrangled Sums by Ambrose from the Welcome to Sum Dots pack. How does this puzzle work? So, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. And of course, you can do this puzzle. The link to this specific puzzle will be below, not just in the pack. Then you've got the Sum Dots constraint. And the way Sum Dots works is really easy. So these are brown diamond dots, and the number in the dot is the sum of all of the cells that the dot touches. So these two cells will sum to 8, these two cells will sum to 10, these 4 cells will sum to 20, these 4 cells will sum to 27, etc. So, yeah, that's how it all works. And as I said, if you're after some history lessons on this, grab the pack. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Right, how do I start this puzzle? So 13 is high, but not very high. 18 in 4 is 16 in 4 is low, but not very low, though it's the lowest in the puzzle. So 20 in 4 means that these are 25, these are 40, so these are 50. And 50 minus 7 means these are 43. That's not very helpful. These are 47. The reason, by the way, I know that these are 50 is because every box, and this is probably going to be useful at some point, every box of a Sudoku will contain the digits 1 to 9, same as every row and every column. If you add those digits together, you get 45. 45 minus 40 means that's 25. Same here, that's 25. If I take 7 away from 50, I get 43. So those sum to 43, but that does not seem to help me at all. So those digits sum to 33. And those digits sum to 18. But how can I use that? I'm looking at that the wrong way. Those digits sum to 26, and those digits sum to 20. Right, okay. So, yes. Those digits in yellow sum to 26. Those digits in blue sum to 25. So, blue plus yellow is 26 plus 25, which is 51. Now, the entire box sums to 45. So I know that these digits that are in both blue and yellow sum to 6, and the only way to make 6 is 1, 2, and 3. That is very hidden. Well, is it very? It's hidden. It's hard to see because you've got to look at the overlap of the dots. And that is something you could not do with killer cages. So yes, these sum to 26, these sum to 25, 26 plus 25 is 51, 51 minus 45 is 6, the double has to be 6. That is 1, 2, and 3, which is the only way to make 6 in 3 cells that all see each other. So these are 1, 2, and 3. It means the minimum here is 4 and 5, so these have to be at most 9. Is this the same pattern? Yes, this is the same pattern. So it's just rotated. So these cells sum to, let me just mark them. So yellow sums to 27, 27, and blue sums to 25. 27 plus 25 is 52. 52 minus 45 is 7, so they have to sum to 7, so they are 1, 2, 4. That is a very, very clever break-in. What does it do? Well, of course, what I should be doing is saying that's 9, 8, or 7, and that is 7, 6, or 5. So if this is 5, this is 3, and that's 7. If this is 6, this is 2, and this is 8. And if this is 7, this is 1, and this is 9. So these are either all odd or all even. But I can't eliminate this. Well, this can't be 4. So 4 is in here. So this is either 7 or 6, and this is either 8 or 7. So if this is 6, this is 2, and this is 7. And if so, 7 is in one of those two, because if this is 6, this is 7. If this is 7, this is 8. Yes. So 7 is in one of those two. Which means 9 has to go up here. Is that going to cause a problem for that being an 8? Because if I put 8 here... No, it's going to cause a problem for that being 7. Because if this is 7, I've got to put 8 and 9 up here. Then if I put 9... these would be the same no matter what. Whatever I do, these are the same. And if I put 9 here and I put 8 here, then because this is one higher than this, and I put a digit that's one higher than here in here, the other digit would have to be the same, and that'd be broken. So, but I could put the 9 here. And if I put the 9 here and the 8 here, then the difference would be, then that is actually fine, because the 7, 9, 8 means that I'm not dealing with a 1 difference in the same way, because the digit would then have to be 2 lower. Yeah, the other digit in here would be 2 lower than this one, and that's all okay. But it does mean I can't put 8 here, because if I put 8 here, so if I put 7 here, I can't put 8 here. So 8 has to be on this side. Because if I put 7 here, 8 has to be here, because if I put 7 here and 8 here, 9 would have to go here, and then the other digit in these pairs would have to be the same. Which is interesting but unhelpful. I did mention this was one of the harder ones. Maybe I'm just being blind. So this cell sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's got to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's a lot of pencil marks. Well, that can't be low either. That can't be 1, 2, or 3. That can't be 1 or 2. Hang on, neither can those. Those can't be 1 or 2. I can't put 1 or 2 in any of those, because there's a 1, 2, 3 looking at it. I can't put 1 or 2 in any of those. And I can't put 1 or 2 in any of those, because I'd need to go 2, 10 or 1, 11. Same thing here. I'd need to go even worse. So 1 or 2, that's a 1, 2 pair. And that's a 27 with a 1 or a 2 in it. How the heck is that going to work? Because these now have to be at least 25? Now, 7, 8, 9 is only 24, and this needs to be at least 25. So I need to double digits. And I couldn't double the 7, because 7, 7 would be 14, and these would have to sum to 13. So that'd have to be at least 11. So these can be 8 or 9. Can they be 8? If this is 8, these would be 16. These would have to sum to 11. So this would be 2 and 9. So that could work. If these are double 9, then that would be 18. These would have to sum to 9. And it could be 1, 8, or 2, 7. So that's a 7, 8, or 9. Does that put pressure on that 20, or that one put pressure on that 20? Because can I have another 8 or 9 in here? Because I know that 8 is in here. If I put another 8, 9, these would also have to be 1, 2, which I can't do because I can't put 1, 2 in here. So I can't put 8 in here. So I have to put other 8 and 9 in here. I can't put 8 or 9 in here. If I put another 8 or 9 in here, this would have to be 1, 2, and I can't put it there, and I can't put both of them there. So the other 8 or 9 has to be there. Let me think about that here. I can't put 8 in here, but I could put 9 in here. So it could go 8, 9, and then I don't have the 1, 2 pressure. But I can't put another 8 or 9 in here because then I've got no... Oh, yeah. Because I'd have... Even if I put it here, I'd have to put 1, 2 in there, which doesn't work. And if I put it in here, then both of those... I'd have to put at least 1, 1 or 2 in this column, and I can't do it. So I can't put another 8 or 9 in this 20. And I can't put an 8 in there, but I can put a 9. So it does mean 8 is in one of those two. But I don't have the same pressure on 9s. But this 13... This 13, there's only 3 options for 13. There's 9, 4, 8, 5, and 6, 7, which I can't use. So I have to use an 8 or a 9 up here, and I must use an 8 or a 9 here. So if this is a 9, this has got an 8. If this is an 8, this has got a 9. So I can't use an 8 or a 9 down here at all. So I can't put a 9 in here. I must put a 9 in here. And I can't put 8 and 9 in here, or I've already blown this total. So that can't have the 8 in it. And I knew there had to be an 8 down there. That has to be the 8. That's the 1. That's the 7. So there's... Right, so this is 2, 4. So 9, this is 6. So this has to be 3, 9. And this now has to be 1, 2, 3, and 5. 3, 5 is 8. Hang on, is that right? No. What have I... That's not 3. I've already got a 3. This is 5 and 6. So pay attention to the digits you've got. 5 and 6. So 11 plus 6 is 17. So that 8, 9 pair is what I needed. But the 5, 6 is now looking up. We're taking 5 and 8 out of there. This is a 4, 9, which makes that an 8. And one of these had to double, and this was the only place a double could happen because a double 1, 2 wasn't going to work. So that's an 8. So... Now this is, I need to put 11 in here, and the only way to do that is 9 and 2. So this is now a pair. 1 and 3? Well, how the heck is that going to work? That's not the 8. 9 is in here. But I can't put 8 and 9 into here because if I put 8 and... I was just talking about that. If I put 8 and 9 in here, I'm going to blow the total because it'd have to be 8, 9, 1, 2. And where the heck am I going to put the 2? I can't put a 2 in here at all. In fact, the 2 has to go down here somewhere. So this is the 9. Putting a 9 over here, but I'll talk about that later. So if this is 8, 1, this has to sum to 11. Now, I can't use 9, 2. I can't use 8, 3. I could use 7, 4. No, I can't use 7, 4. So this would be 5, 6. If this is 8, 3, that sums to 11. This would have to be 9. I can't use 8, 1. I can't use 7, 2. What am I summing to again? Summing to 9. I can't use 7, 2. I can't use 6, 3. And I can't use 4, 5. This has to be 5, 6. This has to be 1. This has to be 3, which makes this 4. This now is 1, 2, 4, and 7. There's no 4 there. That's now a 1 because of multiple reasons. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't put a 6 on a 12. That's a 5. That's a 7. That's a 6. This is now a pair. 3, 8. And I've got a 1, 2, 3 looking at it. That's an 8 and that's a 3. I challenge anyone to make a puzzle using this logic using killer cages. Because I'm currently making a killer cage pack, and if you can make a puzzle using logic this good in a killer cage puzzle, please submit it. No, that was a joke. Though if you did, I wouldn't be unhappy. So this has to sum to 10. But I've already talked about this. I can't use 1, 2, 3 up here. So the minimum here is 4, 5. And this has to sum to 10. So that's 4, 5, and 1, which means that's 9 and that's 4. Which means that is a 7, because it's all that's left in the row. This just keeps on giving, doesn't it? 5, 7 looks over here, making this 6, which makes this 2, which makes this 8, which means these are not 2. This really just does keep on giving. And that break-in was so elegant. So this is 4. So these have to sum to 12. So 12 is 9, 3, which is not possible. 8, 4, which is not possible. 7, 5, which is possible. Or 6, 6, which is blatantly stupid. So these now have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 9. 4, 9 is 13 plus 4 is 17, which means this is a known digit. 1, 2, 3, which would make this 5, which would make this 6, which would make this 5. This 10 clue, there's only one high digit left, so that's 3, 7. Which means that's not 7. These have to be 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4 for the row. That's not a 1, so I've got a 2, 4 pair, which gives me that 1, which gives me that 3, which gives me that 1. That can no longer be a 9, because if that's a 9, that's a 1, and I don't have 1. Well, I have 1, which is why I don't have 1. Because I have 1, which means I can't use 1 because I have 1, so I don't have 1. I should stop being silly. I'm not very good at it. That's 1. That's a 1 on a 21 clue. This is forced as well. This is just so clever, and it's so obvious when you see them. This 10 clues. I can't use 9, 1. I can't use 8, 2. I can't use 6, 4. So this is 7, 3, and this is 7 looking at it. This is 7, this is 3. 4 looks up, making this 5 and this 4. 1, 2, and 6. Like, when I say obvious, I don't mean that that makes it bad. I mean that this is just beautifully designed. This is a 2, 6 pair. Hang on. This is a 20. These have to sum to 11. So one of those could be 2, but not neither of them. One of those must be 2, because if that's 4, 6, that would have to be a 1, and I don't have 1. So this is either 2, 4, which would be 6. 6 plus 5, and I can't do it. So this can't be 2, 4. So that's 6. That's 2. 2, 6. 2, 6 is 8 plus 9. This is 3. Because 9 plus 11 is 20. Right, that gets me everything I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 go in there. There's a 7 up there. Hello, 7. The 6 resolves that as a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go in there, making me both say nice and be sad because I can't resolve them. That 2 looks over there, making that 4. That 7 looks over there, making that 2 and that 7. So these are down to triples. 2, 4, 9. That's not 9 because I don't have 1. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. That's not 5 because you can just not put 5 on a 10 clue. That's not 8 or 6. That is the 5 because I don't have 6 or 8 available. So 6 or 8 goes with 2 or 4 very nicely. Thank you very much. So what is the logic I am missing? I mean, I'm assuming it's not just Sudoku because there's still clues I haven't used yet. And why would I be given them if I didn't need to use them? Particularly in a puzzle this good. So let's look. I think I want to look at this because these are quite restricted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Well, I can't put an 8 or a 9 on an 8 clue. If this is a 9, this is a -1. This is an 8, this is a 0. So this is a 5 or a 6, giving me a 5, 6 pair. But this being a 5 or a 6 means this is a 2 or a 3, and it's not a 3. So that is a 2, that is a 6. There is no 6 there. The 6 looks up, making that 9, and that 6, meaning there is no 9 in there, meaning this is a 5, 8. The 8, right, yeah, that's the clue. This is now 4 and 9. Okay. So oh, that 6 looks back, making that 5 and that 6. So these sum to 20. So if this is 4, these sum to 16. Hang on, if this is 4, these sum to 16, and that's not possible. So we can ignore the 1 and turn this into a 20 clue. Well, if 21 minus 1 is 20, so these sum to 20. If this is 4, then 20 minus 4 is 16. How do you make 16 in these two cells? 6 and 10. Not going to happen. 8 and 8 is a problem for a completely different reason. But either way, 16 in these two cells is not possible. So that can't be a 4. That's a 9. That's a 4. That's a 3. That's a 9. Now, this is 10, so these sum to 11. So it's either 8, 3, which it's not. It is 6 and 5. This is 8, which makes that 2, which means these are not 2. That is really nice usage of the clue. I mean, I'm not surprised, but 4, 9 pairs. So this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 and 8. It's right next to a 2, so that's resolved. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Hello, 6, 9 and 6. I was wondering why my computer was pinging me. That 2 is looking back, making that 4 and 2. That's a 1 because of the 1 looking down, and I needed to put 1 somewhere. The 9 is looking up, making that a 4 and that a 9, which makes that a 4 and that a 9. This right here is a 3, which makes that a 7 and that a 3. I need to put a 4 and a 7, and that completes the puzzle, which took me just over 30 minutes. I think I got lucky on that one. I think I got lucky on that one in the fact that I've been solving a lot of killer puzzles recently. So I've been working with similar concepts. Not that these are exactly like killer, but some of the concepts with pointing pairs and two-cell cages. I just set a puzzle where I was playing with that a lot. And I've been when you set puzzles, you see things and you explore ideas, and I got to see that in different ways. So I probably saw stuff quite, I don't know. I'm pretty certain I got lucky. I mean, I hope I didn't get logic lucky. I think it all flowed right. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments. That was a really, really cool puzzle. Well, thank you everyone for watching. And all I can say is, please download the pack and give it a try. I forgot to get a number of puzzles in the pack. I'm pretty certain it's like 13 or 14 puzzles. I could be wrong about that. It's around that number, I think. Download the puzzles, give them a try. This is one of them. And if you do get stuck with any of the puzzles or you want to reach out to any of the setters, I highly recommend using the Sudoku discussion channels on the Puzzle Plaza, possibly the CTC Discord server. It's talking about Sudoku, so those are perfect places to do it. If you wish to use the Bremster discussion channel on the Puzzle Plaza Discord server, feel free. I am more than happy for you to use that. And as I said, I'm not running this as a competition, but at the end of this video, popping up any second now, there will be also a link to this pack, as there will be on my videos for the next week or so. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.